नमस्कार भाइ बहिनीहरू। आज हामी साइन्सको लेसन 2 क्लासिफिकेसन अफ लिभिङ बिङ्सको बारेमा क्वेसन एन्सरहरू गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। सुरुमा समरी अफ द लेसन केही नोट्सहरू छ। प्लान्ट किङडम, सिमिल्यारिटिज, Chlamydomonas, moss, fern, pine, pea and maize all have green pigments in their bodies. Kingdom, they belong to Plantae kingdom. Main features, their cell walls are made of cellulose, they are autotrophs and they can be either flowering or non-flowering plants. Differences, moss and fern are differentiated based on characteristics like their body structure and reproductive methods. Algae, division of Plantae. Algae have cell walls made of cellulose. They can reproduce both sexually and asexually, and they are found in aquatic environments. Bryophyta. Bryophytes are multicellular autotrophic plants found in moist and sandy places. They reproduce through spores and have a dominant gametophyte phase. Similarly, division Tracheophyta. Tracheophytes have well differentiated root, stem and leaf structures. They include ferns, cycas, banana and peepal trees. Pteridophyta, subdivision of Tracheophyta. Pteridophytes like ferns have roots, stem and leaves, but they reproduce through spores instead of seeds. Gymnosperm, subdivision of Tracheophyta. Gymnosperm bear cones instead of flowers and have necked seeds. They include plants like cycas, pines and junipers. Angiosperm, subdivision of Tracheophyta. Angiosperms are flowering plants with well-developed root, stem, leaf, flower and fruit structures. They include both monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous plants. Monocotyledon. Monocots have parallel venation in leaves, fibrous root and seeds with one cotyledon. Examples include wheat, sugarcane, banana and barley. Dicotyledon. Dicots have reticulate venation in leaves, taproot systems and seeds with two cotyledons. Examples include soybean, mustard, pea, orange and bean. Animal kingdom. Kingdom Animalia. They are multicellular organisms without cell walls. They are heterotrophs, classified into different phyla based on body structure and characteristics. First phylum, Porifera, which are called sponges as well. Multicellular diploblastic organisms, lack tissues and organs, body characterized by pores and a water canal system, found in marine environment. Example, sponges, Cycon, Spongia. Phylum Coelenterata or Cnidarians. Multicellular diploblastic organisms have tentacles around the mouth for feeding and locomotion. Gastrovascular cavity functions in digestion and transportation. Radially symmetrical. Example, Hydra, jellyfish, coral. Phylum Platyhelminthes or flatworms. Triploblastic, flatworm-shaped organisms. Lack a well-developed organ system. Parasitic and free-living species. Tapeworm, liver fluke, blood flukes are examples. Phylum Nemathelminces, also called roundworms. Triploblastic, cylindrical organisms have a developed digestive system with mouth and anus. Parasitic and free-living species. Ascaris, hookworm, pinworm. Phylum Annelida, segmented worms. Triploblastic, segmented organisms, well-developed organ systems, moist skin for respiration. Example, earthworm, leech, Nereis. Phylum Arthropoda are also called arthropods. Triploblastic, segmented organism with jointed legs, exoskeleton made up of chitin, well-developed organ systems. Example, insects, crustaceans, arachnids, spider. Phylum Mollusca or mollusks, soft-bodied organisms with a muscular foot and mantle. External hard covering made of calcium, radially symmetrical. Example, snail, slug, cuttlefish. Phylum Echinodermata or also called echinoderms, radially symmetrical organisms with spiny skin, tube feet for locomotion, unisexual reproduction. Example, starfish, sea cucumber, sea urchin. Phylum Chordata, most advanced animals in the animal kingdom. Their characteristics are presence of a developed elastic notochord, paired lateral gill openings in the embryonic stage, tubular nervous tissue in the vertebral canal, skeleton covered with muscles, closed circulatory system. Subphylum Vertebrata, Fish, frog, snake, pigeon, etc. are vertebrata. Features: bilateral symmetry, respiration through gills, moist skin or lungs, poikilothermic or homeothermic, well-developed circulatory system, various reproductive methods, divided into 5 classes: Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Apes, Mammalia. Class Pisces: elongated, flat, streamlined bodies covered with scales, body divided into head, trunk and tail, paired and unpaired fins for locomotion, two-chambered heart, mostly poikilothermic, oviparous and viviparous species. Fish, seahorse, shark are the examples. Amphibia: moist skin, 2 pairs of limbs, body divided into head, trunk and tail, 3-chambered heart, poikilothermic, oviparous, external fertilization. Examples include frog, toad, salamander. Class Reptilia: dry, scaly skin, 4-part body structure, head, neck, trunk and tail, 2 pairs of limbs for crawling, 3-chambered heart, except crocodiles which has got 4 chambers, mostly poikilothermic, internal fertilization or oviparous. Snake, lizard, crocodile, tortoise. Class Apes: covered with feathers, beak present, 2 pairs of limbs, wings for flying, hollow pneumatic bones, 4-chambered heart, homeothermic, internal fertilization, oviparous. Parrot, duck, peacock. Class Mammalia: covered with hair, mammary glands present, 4-part body structure, developed mammary glands, 4-chambered heart, homeothermic, viviparous, whale, bat, lion. Relation between classification and evolution. Evolutionary progression from simpler to more complex organisms. Prokaryotic organisms evolve first, followed by eukaryotic organisms. Common ancestry evident in the similarities and differences observed in classification. Differentiation and divergence of organisms over time lead to the formation of various classes and phyla. Comparison of anatomical features reveals evolutionary relationships among organisms. Study of classification aids in understanding the evolutionary history and development of living beings. Choose the correct answer. What are the main features of organism under king Plantae? They are eukaryotic cell, cell with cell wall, and are autotrophs. What is cycus kept in gymnosperm? Because it bears cones instead of flowers. Seeds are naked without fruit. 2 animals are shown in here. They belong to the same kingdom. Look at the figure and write the main reasons for grouping them under the same kingdom. It is because they are multicellular and heterotrophic. Based on evolution, which of the following groups of organisms are closely related? It is Platyhelminthes, Nemathelminthes and Annelida. What is the main reason for classifying whales in the class Mammalia? Because they are viviparous. Why are club mosses more advanced than the mosses? Because they have got xylem and phloem tissue. To which kingdom do organisms having cell wall belong? They belong to fungi, Plantae and Monera. To which class do egg-laying animals with a 4-chambered heart and body covered with feather belong? It is apes. Which of the following groups of plants belong to angiosperm? It is paddy, banana and mango. Which division do the plants having vascular tissue belong to? Tracheophyta. Differentiate between plant kingdom and animal kingdom. Plant kingdom contains autotrophic organisms, whereas animal kingdom contains heterotrophic organisms. Plant kingdom, they have got cell wall in its cell, whereas animal cell does not have cell wall in the cell. Fish and starfish. Fish is vertebrate while starfish is invertebrate. Fish has distinct head while starfish does not have distinct head. Jellyfish and cuttlefish. Jellyfish is Coelenterata, cuttlefish is Mollusca. Jellyfish is umbrella-shaped body with stinging tentacles. Cuttlefish has elongated body with a distinct head and internal cuttle bone. Moss and club moss. No vascular bundle in moss. Vascular bundle is present in club moss. Moss lacks true roots, stems and leaves. Club moss has true roots, stems and leaves. Pinus and people. Pinus gymnosperm, people angiosperm. Pinus bears cone, whereas people bear true flower. Fish and whale. Fish species, whale mammal. Fish oviparous, whale viviparous. Dove and bat. Dove apes, bat mammal. Dove oviparous, bat viviparous. Give reasons. Living beings need to be classified. Living beings need to be classified because it helps us organize and understand the vast diversity of life on Earth. Classification allows scientists to identify and communicate about organisms accurately, make predictions about their traits and behaviors, and prioritize conservation efforts to protect biodiversity. Fucus and Markansia look alike, but Fucus is classified as algae while Markansia is classified as bryophyta. Fucus and Markansia, despite their similar appearance, are classified differently due to their distinct biological characteristics. Fucus is a type of brown algae found in marine environments, lacking true roots, stem and leaves. It reproduces through conceptacles. In contrast, Markansia is a liverwort, a terrestrial bryophyte with a flattened thalloid structure reproducing via spores in sporangia. Their classification reflects their unique traits and evolutionary paths. Gymnosperm do not bear fruit. Gymnosperm do not bear fruit because they lack the reproductive structure known as an ovary, which encloses seeds in angiosperm. Instead, gymnosperm seeds are typically borne naked on the surface of cones or similar structures. Although a crocodile has a four-chambered heart, it belongs to the reptilian class. While crocodiles' heart structure resembles that of birds and mammals, their overall physiology, anatomy, and reproductive strategies align more closely with reptiles. Crocodiles, like other reptiles, have scaly skin, lay eggs, and regulate their body temperature externally. Thus, their classification as reptiles is based on a broader set of characteristics beyond just their heart structure. Riccia is an amphibian plant. Riccia is an amphibian plant because it grows in moist and sandy places but needs water for fertilization. Fern is not a flowering plant. Cycas bears flower like cone but no fruit. Banana bears flower and fruit. However, all these plants are kept in the same division. Fern, cycas, and banana are grouped under the division Tracheophyta due to shared evolutionary history and fundamental traits despite differences in reproductive structures. While ferns reproduce via spores and lack flower or fruits, cycas produce cone-like structure with seeds and bananas develop flower into fruits. Nonetheless, they all possess vascular tissue and dominant sporophyte phases, justifying their classification as vascular plants. Into how many divisions are the organisms in plant kingdom divided? Plant kingdom are divided into three divisions: algae, which include a diverse group of photosynthetic organisms found in freshwater, marine, and terrestrial environment; bryophyta, which includes non-vascular plants such as mosses, liverworts, and hornworts. These plants lack true vascular tissue and typically grow in damp environments. Tracheophyta, this division includes vascular plants which have specialized tissue for water and nutrient transport. Write the main features of kingdom Plantae. Main features of kingdom Plantae are: plants are multicellular organisms capable of photosynthesis. They undergo alternation of generation with distinct haploid gametophyte and diploid sporophyte stages in their life cycle. Most plants possess specialized vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. Reproduction in plants typically occurs sexually, often involving flowers or cones, leading to the formation of seeds containing embryonic plants. Plants play crucial roles in ecosystem as primary producers, providing oxygen, food, and habitats for diverse organisms. Write the similarities of plants which belongs to gymnosperm and angiosperm. Both gymnosperm and angiosperm are seed-producing plants. They have vascular tissue for water and nutrient transport. Both groups exhibit alternation of generation in their life cycles. Gymnosperm and angiosperm are photosynthetic, producing their own food through photosynthesis. They are characterized by multicellular structures with specialized tissue and organs. If you are given only the leaves of some plants in Tracheophyta and asked to distinguish their subdivisions using taxonomic knowledge you have acquired in class. Is it possible to do so? Give your argument. Distinguishing subdivisions of the Tracheophyta based solely on leaf structure can be challenging. While leaves offer valuable clues for identification, including arrangement, shape, venation pattern, and presence of specialized structure, they may not provide sufficient information on their own. Ferns typically have compound fronds. Gymnosperm exhibit needle-like or scale-like leaves, and angiosperm display diverse leaf shape and arrangements. However, accurate taxonomic classification often requires consideration of additional plant structures such as reproductive organs, stem characteristics, and overall growth habit. Therefore, while leaves serve as an important starting point, a comprehensive assessment of multiple plant features is usually necessary for accurate classification. What are the main characteristics of pteridophyte? They are found in moist and sandy places. Plant body is differentiated into root, stem, and leaf. They have developed vascular tissue like xylem and phloem. Their life cycle shows alternation of generation. Rosny observed only the flowers of new plant in her garden and concluded that the plant belongs to monocotyledon. Is observation of only the flower a right way to identify monocotyledon? Give reasons. Observing only the flowers of a plant is not sufficient to identify whether it belongs to the monocotyledon group. Monocots and dicots have various distinguishing features, including seed structure, leaf venation, seed anatomy, root system, and floral structures. Relying solely on flower observation may lead to incorrect conclusions. Two plants are shown in the following diagram. Observe both pictures and answer the following question. You can see two diagrams. Two plants are shown in the picture. Observe both pictures and answer the following question. Compare and write their similarities and differences. They are both flowering plants. They have conducting tissue like xylem and phloem. Differences: one of them has true flower whereas other bears cone. Two plants are shown in the figure. Mention their subdivisions. Also write the reasons for placing them in subdivisions. Their subdivisions are angiosperm and gymnosperm respectively. The one which bear flower and fruit is kept in angiosperm, and other that does not have fruits and bear cones instead of flower is gymnosperm. Which one of them is more advanced? Clarify with reason. The first one, orange, is more advanced as it bears fruits and flower. The adaptation facilitate more efficient pollination and seed dispersal mechanism, contributing to their ecological success and diversity. Following chart shows the group of 4 animals. In which group does fish belong to? Fish belongs to group D because it is vertebrate and aquatic. Digestive system is not developed in animals of phylum Porifera. How do they digest food? Right. Animals of the phylum Porifera, commonly known as sponges, lack a developed digestive system. Instead, they rely on a process called intracellular digestion. Sponges filter water through their bodies, trapping tiny food particles in specialized cell called choanocytes. Within these cells, digestion occurs intracellularly as enzymes break down food particles into smaller molecules that can be absorbed by adjacent cells. Waste products are then expelled back into the surrounding water. This unique method allows sponges to obtain nutrients without the need for a centralized digestive tract. Rakesh saw an animal while he was playing in the ground. How can he identify the phylum of that animal by using taxonomic knowledge of kingdom Animalia? Explain. To identify the phylum of the animal he saw, Rakesh can carefully observe its physical characteristics and then utilize taxonomic keys or guides to compare these features with known characteristics of different animal phyla within the kingdom Animalia. By cross-referencing with reference resources and seeking guidance if needed, Rakesh can systematically narrow down the possibilities of accurately identify the phylum to which animal belongs. Shark and whale both live in water. Based on their features, which is more developed animal? Explain with reasons. The comparison between shark and whales in terms of development is evolutionary history. Sharks have been around for about 450 million years ago, making them one of the oldest group of jawed fish. Whales, on the other hand, evolved around 50 to 60 million years ago from land-dwelling ancestors. Adaptations. Both sharks and whales have developed adaptations for living in water, but whales have evolved more complex behaviors and communication systems, and they have larger brains relative to body size. Biology. Sharks have a cartilaginous skeleton which is different from the bony skeleton of whales. Whales are mammals and breathe air, while sharks are fish and extract oxygen from water through gills. Pictures of two animals are shown. Compare and answer the following questions. In which phylum and class do they belong? Bat belongs to phylum Chordata and class Mammalia, whereas eagle belongs to phylum Chordata and class Apes. Write any two similarities and differences between them. Any two similarities are they both have backbone, they both can fly in the sky. Two differences: bat is viviparous whereas eagle is oviparous. Body of bat is covered with hairs, but the body of eagle is covered with feathers. How does the study of these animals clarify the concept of evolution? The study of bats and eagles helps clarify the concept of evolution by demonstrating how different species can develop similar traits like wings for flight through separate evolutionary paths. This phenomenon, known as convergent evolution, shows that similar environmental pressure can lead to similar adaptations in unrelated species. Bats, being mammals, evolved wings from their forelimbs, while eagles as birds developed wings from their entire arm, including elongated finger bones. Both have adapted to the niche of flying but have done so independently, reflecting the diverse outcomes of evolutionary process. Explain the relation between classification of living beings and evolution. The classification of living beings and evolution are interconnected concepts in biology. Classification or taxonomy organizes living organisms into hierarchical groups based on shared characteristics. Shared ancestry. Classification reflects evolutionary relationship, grouping organisms that share a common ancestor. Traits and adaptations. Evolutionary processes lead to traits and adaptations that define different groups in classification system. Phylogenetic trees. These trees illustrate the evolutionary pathways and connection among various species, supporting the classification structure. Fossil record. It provides evidence for the evolutionary history of life and helps refine classification schemes. Draw a chart to show classification of kingdom Plantae according to 5 kingdom system. So here is the chart. This one is the chart of animal kingdom system according to 5 kingdom system. Answer the following questions on the basis of this diagram. Which animal has 2-chambered heart? Fishes have a 2-chambered heart. Which animal suckles milk to its young? Tiger suckles milk to its young. Write any two similarities between frogs and snakes. They are both oviparous and cold-blooded animal. Which of these animals have air sacs in their bodies? Fish and pigeon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe the video. Thank you.